Your liver is the organ that has to work the hardest, and unfortunately, it usually gets the least attention from us. Because your liver, what does it actually do? It filters your blood, breaks down hormones, detoxifies medications, stores vitamins, and so much more. And yet we often completely ignore it. And even worse, it suffers in silence. That means if something might be wrong with your liver, it doesn't hurt, it's just silent. That's what makes liver damage so dangerous. Because if you actually feel symptoms from your liver, then often a lot of your liver is already damaged. And today I'm going to show you 5 rare and often overlooked signs that your liver really needs help. You'll find out exactly what's behind this right now. The first sign is one that many people wouldn't associate with the liver at all. It's itching on your hands, feet, or back, even without a rash, and all of this happens without any allergy. On the one hand, this is rarely taken seriously, but even less often is it associated with the liver. Many believe it's just creams, switching detergents, or dry skin. But what if this itching actually indicates an internal problem? For example, your liver is also responsible for excreting bile acids through the bile. And if this process is disrupted, for example, by inflammation or the onset of liver damage, these bile acids circulate in the blood. They irritate your skin's nerve endings, and that leads to this itching, which sometimes comes in waves, especially at night. It's a classic early warning sign that is often overlooked. Bruises on the legs without having bumped into anything, or frequent nosebleeds without any apparent reason. Both can be signs that your blood clotting is out of balance. The liver produces almost all clotting factors, and if it is overloaded or inflamed, this process doesn't work properly anymore. The blood becomes thinner, small injuries bleed for longer, or are even noticed in the first place. And if you notice such signs in yourself, don't dramatize, but pay attention and have your liver checked. 3, you actually get enough sleep. You also make sure to take breaks, but you still constantly feel exhausted. Mentally, you're not really present, constantly tired, exhausted, even though you used to have so much energy. Then your liver could also be involved. An overburdened liver is no longer able to completely filter toxins and metabolic waste products from your blood. This strain affects your central nervous system. You feel foggy, brain fog, slow, empty-headed. Many people call it brain fog. We doctors refer to this as the onset of hepatic encephalopathy, but only in a mild form at least. So that means your brain has already been affected, but it's not a big deal, so please don't make a fuss. But it's a clear signal, and now is the time to really make a change. Before your skin turns yellow, and it usually starts in the eyes because they react first, you should really pay attention. A slightly yellowish tint in the whites of your eyes, not bright yellow, but not clear white anymore, can indicate a problem with bilirubin breakdown. Bilirubin is produced when old blood cells are broken down and has to be processed by the liver. And if this doesn't happen properly anymore, the yellowish pigment builds up in the tissues. And the eyes are especially sensitive to this. But be careful. If this symptom is visible, your liver function is already significantly impaired. So it's not an early warning sign in the strict sense, but it's definitely a clear stop sign. Please take it seriously. By the way, many people don't think of the liver when they have stomach pain. And yet it's easy to feel right under the right rib cage. So if after eating you regularly feel bloated, feel full quickly, or feel a dull pressure, especially when you lie down, your liver could be enlarged or even a little inflamed. This is not cirrhosis of the liver yet, but it can be a sign of fatty liver. For silent inflammation or overload caused by poor and unwise nutrition or medication or maybe even alcohol, the liver swells slightly and presses against other organs, and you may feel this as a sensation of tightness. The liver itself doesn't hurt. That's the insidious part about it. But this feeling of pressure could be a sign. And that's why many people overlook it, because it's so non-specific. But you know your body, and if something changes, listen to it. And please, everyone should do that. These signs don't necessarily mean that your liver is seriously damaged, but they should make you alert. And that's why, if you notice several of these symptoms in yourself, or even just one of them, and you can't find a reason, then please seek medical advice. Your liver reacts to many things that have become unbalanced in your life, whether it's your diet, medication, alcohol, stress, lack of exercise, fruit, or pollution. A good checkup with a doctor, including all liver values like gamma-glutamyl transferase, transaminases, bilirubin, and possibly an ultrasound, can quickly give you clarity. Because if you know what the cause is, you can make targeted changes. Taking action early doesn't mean panicking right away, but rather taking responsibility yourself. And that's exactly what you can do with information, with education, and with the next step toward a healthier lifestyle. To summarize again, because the liver can recover, it's capable of regenerating like hardly any other organ, but for that, it needs your support. A liver-friendly diet, fewer toxins, more bitter substances, less sugar, of course, less alcohol, ideally no alcohol at all, and more micronutrients. Exercise and enough sleep are also important. And if you've noticed one or two or more of these symptoms I mentioned, take it seriously, but stay calm and relaxed. Again, have your liver values checked, and above all, start consciously managing your habits. These are important pieces of information you've just received from me. And that's why it's best to share them with all your friends, your family, and with anyone else you'd like to share them with.